Hello, anyone and everyone. I am Echo, and today we are exploring the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. We are here over in what looks like the main portion of the town, and we've come to this building, which, oh, I didn't notice this before. It's another family insignia type thingy. Okay, but we're in this building that clearly is very old, and, we have this note here, which we must read again. It's about somebody from a long time ago trying to summon a demon. And when we put it back, oh, the screen flashes, and now there's a spooky blue door over here. Also, quick thing of note. This house does look like it might have burned down at some point. Not burned completely down, of course, but it had a fire, perhaps. So maybe this is the Vandergriff Estate that the Carters were living in. That's just kind of a guess for the moment. But, I mean, a fire isn't the only thing that could have caused this. This could have also been caused by, like, flooding or something, or even maybe just age. Then again, I'm no expert. I don't know perfectly how to recognize fire damage, but it looks like it could be, probably is. What the hell are you doing, cat? She's, like, knocking her head into my desk. I hope that doesn't... I hope you can't hear that. Oh, well, anyway. Okay. So... Alright. We walked through the blue portal, and it took us into what looks like a completely new house. Can't examine these? No? Alright. Alright, there's a blue door there. Blue door there. Can we look outside? We can look outside, and we are clearly in a different place. A completely different place. We are not near... Another blue door. Yeah, we are not near Red Creak anymore, that's for sure. Another blue door. Much nicer look outside. And up to the top. Another blue door. Okay. Is it just me, or do those look oddly illuminated? Those boards there, they look like they're faintly glowing blue for some reason, but I can't interact with them. Maybe not yet. Maybe I can later. Oh, wait a minute. We are on Red Creak. This is the other house. That's the one we entered over there. That's the bridge we crossed. Holy crap. Okay. I'm guessing if we had tried to come to this house first, it probably would have been locked, and there would have been no way to get inside. But since we went to that one, it opened up the weird portal thingy that lets us go in here. That's crazy. Yeah. There's a much better view of it. And... No, it looks the same. Okay. I was about to say, I think it looks newer, as if maybe we're seeing a version of its past self, but no. I think it looks the same. This place certainly hasn't been treated well by time. Alright. Let's go through here. Swap? What do you mean, swap? God damn it, we're in another house again. What is a symbol? Almost looks like the Berserk brand. Oh, we're on the second floor. Okay, same house. What? Wait a minute. Where did that take us out? It took us out up here. Right? We exited from the symbol, which had us pointing this way. Stairs on the right, open door ahead of us, open window to the left. but when we get close enough to see it, it's completely different. It's a completely different room. So it's not showing us where it's going to take us. And it doesn't always take us to the same place. Alright. Okay. Well, this is a room closed off by the rest. Oh, here's another note. This is the entrance to the first place. God damn it. Are you kidding me? We're back out to the first burnt up house. Alright, well this time, let's take a look in here real quick. Since we can't enter this room with the blue portal up. Oh. Is that a generator of some kind? Perhaps. Perhaps. Alright, doesn't seem to be anything in here. While we're here, let's go upstairs real quick before activating the blue portal. Because if I can, I'd like to get a basic mental map of what this place looks like. Because if I can do that, I have a feeling, this is just a feeling, but I think the two houses might be interconnected. There might very well be moments once we start going through those blue portals where it might have us exit out onto the balcony here, you know? It might not only take us back to the front entrance of this house. So I'd like to avoid that if I can, because we obviously, obviously the goal isn't to be coming back to this place. It's to be going over there. Alright. So this shows a kitchen, and we can swap it for some other place, and yet another place, and the kitchen again, and the other place, and the other place. Okay. Now if we leave and come back, is it the same selection of 3? Yes. What if we go and examine another door? Okay, this door... is this the same as... That's got, like, a key drawing on the wall? Something like that? Something like a key. No, these are different rooms. Okay. This one looks kind of similar. I guess it has stairs on the left as well. What does this have? Does this have stairs? No, it does not. Okay, so I'm crazy. They both connect to the kitchen, though. So maybe the kitchen's important. Let's check out the kitchen. Or maybe I have that backwards. Maybe the fact that they both have the kitchen available as options is to show that the kitchen's not important in the slightest. Okay, that's just grass moving, thank God. My heart skipped a little beat. I thought that was like a dress being worn by a woman standing there. And the dress was blowing in the wind slightly. Okay. Here's another book. Again, can't interact with it. Oh, this isn't actually a kitchen at all. I guess it's more of a dining room. There's nothing to cook on. Just a table to eat around. Okay. Alrighty. So we're out here. Oh. I think I know what we have to do. Do we have to recreate the house as it's supposed to be? Because this shows the kitchen again, but we know the kitchen's over here. Maybe the kitchen isn't supposed to be over there, but currently the kitchen's over there. If we try to go in the kitchen again, it flashes red. And then it brings us back over here. That's what we have to do. We have to swap the images on the door to show the correct rooms. Well, it can't be that, because that stretches out too far. It goes past this wall. This is the entrance to the house, so it shouldn't be able to go past that. So this is correct, right? Yeah, seems like it. Okay. More rooms. Oh, boy. Okay. Alright. This actually would probably be a little bit easier if I... Hey. That's a key. That's the key on the wall. With the Yo, that's a little mindfucky right there. We're in the room. This is the same room. That thing right there is the same thing right there, and that's the same key on the wall. But I saw that same key symbol from a different room when we were examining the what is now the kitchen. I saw the same key symbol, but it wasn't the same room. But anyway, okay, swap that. Could be that. Could not be that, because there are stairs here. That would be impossible space, so it could not possibly go that far. Right. Okay. Oh, this is so cool. Holy crap. Again, wishing I had a flashlight. Would be nice. But I don't think... I get the feeling we don't actually have to, like, look for any items. We just have to recreate the house, huh? Okay. Makes sense to me. But yeah, I meant to say, and I think I forgot to, but I think maybe if we had viewed the house from the outside, that might make this a little bit easier, because we'd have a better idea of the dimensions of the house. Obviously, at moments like this, we can see the walls right here. We can tell that's going past the wall. Just slightly, but definitely going past it. Plus, actually, I think that's the same room that's over here. No, it's not. No, it's not. Never mind. Different room. This has a spider web up in the top left corner. This does not, but they do look similar. They've got a boarded up door that looks exactly the same. Wait a minute. Cabinets and that stuff. The hell, they are the same rooms. This one just doesn't have the cobweb? Wait, yeah, it does. Okay, so those are the same rooms that we're seeing, but for some reason, the cobweb in this room is barely visible. It's very dark and thin, like a real cobweb would be, but that one's like bright and white. Anyway, we know that's not the correct room. Again, we know that's not the correct room because that's too far going past the wall. Or is it? Wait a minute. Because now that looks like it's going too far past the wall as well. You know what? Okay. Kinda guessed right there. But, I mean, hey, we had a 50-50 chance of being right. More bricks. Okay, I'm starting to lose confidence in the significance of those bricks. So there's some dude hauling across. Okay, that's nice. I hope he hauls it real good. That looks like a fox hunting party. And another symbol. Again, the one that looks a little bit like the Berserk brand. Or more like the Hunter's Mark from Bloodborne. Those are kind of the same thing. Oh, this doesn't have another blue door at the end of the room. Okay. Okay. Alright, so we're getting... Again, getting a bit of a better idea of the dimensions of the house. So this should get easier as we go on. Did this have another blue room? No. Alright. I believe it's upstairs then. Alright. Well, that can't frickin' be it. That... Actually, there's another floor above us. So it can't be that, because it has a roof. That? Yep. There you go. Oh, and there's a section of roof that looks like one could walk on it. Out there. That's cool. Alright. Let's do this one then. That looks simple and straightforward and like it works. That does not, though. Because, again, going past the wall. And that doesn't either. So, this one. Awesome. Most of these rooms are pretty easy to figure out just by, oh, we know that's not correct. We've already used this room. But yeah, most of these rooms are capable of being figured out simply through knowing the space, the dimensions of the house, having a good sense of direction. And actually, this one, it's kind of crazy. The fact that it would even have a door connecting back to the staircase. You'd think that might be a bit too obvious. That if one remembers the staircase is supposed to be there, then, well, you put the staircase there. Okay, that's the room that I thought was the kitchen, but it was actually the dining room. We already used it, so that can't be it. We've already used that room as well. But we have not used this one. Okay. Oh, shit. I could have used... From standing back here and looking through, I could have used that as a sneak preview of what room this one's supposed to be. Looked like it had a chair in it, maybe? Oh, damn, I'm not sure now. That is that right there. There's a board and a set of stairs. Board and set of stairs, so not that. Possibly this. Possibly that. I think this looks right. Yep. Okay. Alright. We're so gonna complete the hell out of this house. You better believe it. Let's take a look out the window real quick. Alright. Doesn't seem like anything stretches out past that wall very far. Yeah, so it'd have to be level with this wall. So, is that level? Kind of is. Very first one looks like it could be correct. This one could be correct as well, though. They both look pretty much right. Not this one. There's no window there. There's a window on the left that you can see. Couldn't be there. Wait. Oh, there's another window there. Why would they put a window? It does look like it pokes out a little bit. But no, the spot of the window would be going through the wall. So it must be this one. Awesome. I love this. This entire puzzle is... Oh! What? Why do we have to do this now? What? Anyway, but yeah, this entire puzzle is very reliant on... Oh, we can't switch it either. Was that the last room? It couldn't have been. That couldn't have been the last room that we did. Oh, and this room doesn't actually have a door. Oh, so this must be a vision that our dude's having. And this must have been the study that the person who wrote that note was in. The one who was trying to summon the demon to beguile his enemies and all that. Lots of cool, creepy stuff up here. And a little note that we will read in just a second after getting a nice little look around the room, because I love to observe the environment. But yeah, as I was saying, that whole puzzle that we maybe finished. I'm not sure if we have technically yet. But that whole puzzle was basically entirely reliant on really good observational skills, good sense of space, and, plain old, logical deduction, which is frickin' great. Those are the best kinds of puzzles. And I'm going to assume that's just a model. And that one too. Or maybe not assume, maybe hope. Those are just models. Alright.
Why are you standing there?
Shit.
You spying?
No.
No, huh? What the hell's wrong with you exactly?
Nothing.
You need to stop leaving your stupid stories around. They're freaking everyone out.
No! Fuck! I didn't read it! God fucking damn it. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. It just auto-saved. So fucking stupid. Again, I mixed up the left click and the right click. I thought left click was to zoom in, because I'm a goddamn moron. Alright, let's read this, though. Magician once lived. Oh, I think this is the same thing! It starts with a magician once lived. That's the same sentence the thing started with. A magician once lived inside an old house and made potions that let him see the future. People from the village came to the magician's house and demanded he share his potions with them. We want to see the future too, they told him, but the magician said, no, you cannot handle my potions. But potion seller, I need those potions, I'm going into battle. I'm sorry, I'm dropping into stupid dumb internet references now, but anyway, the magician said no. The people from the village grew angry and burned the magician's house, but the magician knew this would happen. He had already cast a spell on his potion room. The house burned, but the room did not. The people from the valley waited, but the magician never came out. Okay. So, in the kid's story, the magician placed a spell on one room, so that that room in particular would not burn when they burned the rest of the house. And then the magician just stayed in that room. And so he deftly avoided the deadly fire. Which is, again, what our character went through. So our character... After we did that scene where we followed the astronaut and went into outer space, we read the story which was titled Fangs, about a beast. I don't remember how that story of the kids went, but if it had anything at all to do with astronauts or going into outer space, then that would make sense, because this is now at least 2 things that we've done where our character, Paul Prospero's psychic powers have interacted with a story that the kid wrote, and we basically acted out something related to the story in order to get another piece of the actual story of what happened to Ethan, this actual game's story. That's really cool. And if that's the case, then I think I can forgive the weird chasing the astronaut part for making us do it in the first place in order to read the note. Because I thought it was, when I first did that, I thought it was really awkward that they would make us chase the astronaut around just to find a note to give us a little backstory on Ethan's relationship with his brother and all that. But if that's the case, if this is going to be a running theme, then that's pretty cool. Alright, let's read this one as well. Blaze reveals moonshine operation. Damn it, again! Again! Right-click to zoom in. Bayfield County. Ashland Township volunteer firefighters discovered an apparent moonshine still while battling a blaze in the woods of Old Ogden Road. According to authorities, the still comprised of a propane stove and 4-gallon stainless steel pot, which was used to hold the whiskey mash. Based on the size of the still, Bayfield County Sheriff Hank Schaffel believes it may be part of a small operation, though he admitted there could be other stills in the county. Officers on the scene recovered a half-gallon of apple pie moonshine and 1 gallon of unflavored moonshine. Apple cider and cinnamon sticks were found adjacent to the still. The police have been unable to determine who owns the still. Sheriff Schaffel said a cigarette butt tossed at the scene likely caused the fire. Very small detail to include that a cigarette butt tossed at the scene likely caused the fire. Obviously, it would make a lot of sense for the police to be like, yeah, the place went up in blazes. We found a cigarette butt. It's probably the cigarette butt that made it all burn down. Whoever was doing the moonshine thing was probably trying to cover the evidence by firing it up. So it makes sense that they would put it in there, but from the perspective of knowing that this is a video game, that detail might be very important. Because we know, obviously it's kind of going out on a ledge here to guess this, but we know that the grandfather smokes. So he's, a potential candidate for somebody who would have cigarettes lying around that he could light up and then throw onto the moonshine stuff in order to try to destroy the evidence. Also, these are all, I just realized these are all containers for making moonshine. Or they are containers, which is what I would imagine a moonshine still would look like. I've never been to one myself. But, yeah. And this is, if this is the house, what do they call it? Vandergriff. If this is the Vandergriff Estate where the Carters were living, then that means Ed Carter would have been here. So this could be, they admitted there could be other stills in the county. This could be a still they never found. Oh, that's such a cool little detail. I mean, again, I'm kind of guessing here, but this is really cool stuff. But yeah, another reason that it could be Ed is because we know that he lost his wife. So if by any chance, obviously these stills here, if this is in fact the Vandergriff Estate, then that would mean that this still was here before the estate burned down, which means that Ed, if he was indeed the one doing this, that would mean he was making moonshine before his wife passed away, because she passed away when the Vandergriff Estate burned. But if this is not the Vandergriff Estate, and this is not a still that Ed was responsible for, perhaps if the other still was one, basically I'm just trying to bring up the point that it's possible he started getting into moonshine after his wife died. Because, I mean, that's just something typical. We know he likes to drink. We found the spot where he smoked and drank. Maybe he was drinking moonshine that he made. Maybe he decided that he needed some really strong stuff to try and get over the mourning process of his dead wife. But, no, if this is the Vandergriff Estate, which I suspect it is, then it would make more sense to say that he was already doing that before the place burned down and before she died. But alright. So, yeah, this was a... Oh, this is the first house. This is the first house we came to. And this, I didn't even notice it because it's a hidden... That's a nice detail because, of course, you'd have to hide the moonshine still. So it's behind a literal, hidden door in the cupboard here. That's really freaking neat. Does that mean Ethan also based that story off the fact that he knew his father or grandfather was making moonshine? Did he base the wizard potion story off of that? Does Ethan just get all of the stories for his fanfics from his goddamn grandfather? Better start paying royalties, kid. You owe that man. All your best work is due to his past experiences. But I want to go over here to the other big burned down building, which actually... I might have overlooked something. Estates aren't necessarily singular houses. No ho ho, they most certainly are not. Estates can easily be a plot of land with multiple houses on it. Or multiple buildings, you know? You could have, like, that could be a storeroom. A storeroom for, like, grain and other stuff that you would need to store for a long time, preferably in a cold area. Because it's made of... I mean, that building's obviously made of stone. Stone gets extremely cold at night. So, having that would be a good place to store any food or, you know, perishables in general that you would need to stay cold for long periods of time. So that could be a storeroom. The fact that there's wires connected between these two means that could be like a generator room. And it said the Carters were caretakers. Usually caretakers, if it's a big estate, and if it is a big estate with multiple houses or anything like that on it, the caretakers never stay in the main house where the landowner lives. So I think it's likely that this whole plot of land is the Vandergriff Estate, and that is like the servant house, and that is where the Carters ended up living while they were the caretakers. And this is the big house, or whatever else you'd call it. This is where the landowner lived, the Vandergriff family. Although the Vandergriff family weren't around, I suppose, to, during the time when the Carters were being the caretakers, I suppose nobody was living in the actual... But yeah, nobody was living in the actual main house here while the Carters were being the caretakers.
They keep talking about this thing, this sleeper.
I know. What I don't know is if it's real or not.
So Pop. I'm guessing Pop was Ethan's father. Of course, Ed is the old man. I just came over here because I wanted to see if we had actually seen every room.
To help us. It's the only way. It wants Ethan. You're crazy. You've all gone crazy.
I'm gonna have to frickin' take some notes and chart down their family frickin' tree so I can keep track of all these names. Dale, Ed, Travis. Travis is the brother, I believe. Although I'm possibly wrong about that. Oh wait, no, I'm not wrong about that, because there was the one note that we read that was like from Travis to Ethan, and they were, I believe that note implicated them as brothers. So yeah, Travis the brother, Ed, Pop, I guess would be the father, and then there's Dale, who's somebody else. But yeah, I just came over here to see if we had actually completed all the rooms, because I assumed there would have been some blue doors on the 3rd floor. With some more rooms we need to correct. Yeah, there was, in fact. Before I even went through the first blue door, I came all the way up to the 3rd floor, and this spot right here had a blue door at it. But we didn't have to do this one.
It's not my fault. I didn't mean for any of this to happen.
More books. Oh, and this time we can read the titles. Treasure Island, The Island of Dr. Moreau, A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court, From the Earth to the Moon, Jules Verne, H.G. Wells, Mark Twain, and Robert Louis Stevenson. Yeah. Okay. So I guess this was like... obviously, the books probably weren't stored up here normally. Edgar Allan Poe, the narrative of Arthur Golden Pym of Nantucket. Okay, I haven't read that one yet. read a lot of Poe, but don't think I've ever cracked that one open. But yeah, I don't. This wasn't the library, but it seems likely that Ethan would take books out of the family library and come up here because, you know, it's secluded, out of the way, quiet, nice place to read, and there's a big, frickin' really comfy looking. Well, it doesn't look comfy anymore now. It looks covered in ash and probably, you know, very uncomfortable. But at one time, I bet this was a very comfy reclining chair. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that it seems after we did this door right here, it was the second to last one. And since there was only one more blue door, and therefore only one possible, you know, thing to happen, only one possible, room for the one on the top floor to be, it might have just auto-completed the last one for us, which I suppose is kind of nice. It's kind of convenient, but unnecessary. Alright, now, let's just look at this real quick. Oh. Family photo looks like Ethan and Ed on the left. That's Travis in the very middle. Then there's a girl, then two people to the right. Presumably one of them's Pop and one of them's Dale. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go write down and try to chart the frickin' family tree of the Carters here. And in the next episode... Oh! On the day the photo was taken, Uncle Chad was mean, Dad was sad, Mom was mad, Travis was loud, Gramp was quiet. And... yes, all the names are lined up with the people. Travis and Gramp. Gramp's all the way to the right. When we turn around, he's all the way to the left. Travis is in the very middle. Again, very middle. You know, if Ethan was on the right there, he would be. Mom is lined up with the only woman in the picture. Dad and Uncle Chad. So, I guess that'd be Uncle Chad to the far right and Dad in the middle right there. Okay, so yeah, that's the family. Yeah, anyway, as I said, I'm going to go take some notes on this, and we'll come back next time. And I think I'm going to go back and find that Fangs story that Ethan wrote, and we'll give that another skim through to see if it says anything about astronauts or going to space. And just generally we'll continue on with the rest of the game after that. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.